Hello and welcome to the Baldwinsville Public Library, Celtic Ceilidh for 2021. And what a year it's been. Obviously this year we cannot do the usual thing that we have done here in the library, but this year we have had footage of film of various performers, including our usuals, the Gail, Lyons, Harp Ensemble. Their members have recorded things for us, and the Rinc and Sonas School of Irish Dance has presented some of the things that had been recorded before the shutdown and a few things that were made afterwards. In addition, I am delighted to announce that we have a new arrangement with the School of Irish Dance here in Baldwinsville, New York, called Scoil, Rinc, Branwen. And Scoil, Rinc, Branwen has created several things under the pandemic rules with various masked things throughout. You'll notice when the dancers are masked, that was things that were created after St. Patrick's Day last year, and all of the ones where people are unmasked are from before St. Patrick's Day of last year. And without further ado, we're going to start us off with our usual examples from the Gail, Lyons, Harp Ensemble. Once again, individual members of the ensemble recorded things. This one was recorded by 3 members of that ensemble from just before everything shut down last year, and they have shared it with us. We're going to start off our 2021 Celtic Ceilidh, and I've got my Irish soda bread and get myself a drink in a little bit, but first, the harps. And that was Rachel Radicillo and her friends Deet and Marlene, and they were performing my Cape Breton home. Next, we have Amy Huber, she used to work for the library, and she's the one who often stands up during our Celtic Ceilidh and describes some things about the harps and such. This is going to be her, Amy Huber, performing the Fairies Reel on her harp.
This is a Manx tune called The Fairies Reel, and I'm playing this on a Clark harp that was built by Melville Clark of Syracuse, New York, in around 1924. Thank you.
So, thank you, Amy. And now I'm going to start with the Irish dancing with the Rinc and the Sonas, the group that's been with us all these years. This was from the thing that was recorded during the 2020, but before the pandemic hit. So if you notice that they are together and they are not wearing masks, it's because this was before the pandemic shutdown. And I don't know the name of this piece, but I call it Choreography for the Wind. that doesn't get your heart pumping, I don't know what will. I need a drink. I've got my usual green punch that we always serve at the Celtic Ceilidh. All right, and now we're going to see the new dance school, the one that's called Scoil, Rinc, Branwen, from right here in Baldwinsville. And this is an example of what we can do during the pandemic. You'll notice that parts of it were recorded when individuals still were quarantined at home, when there were some times when only one person could come in at a time into the studio, and then other times as people got more used to the restrictions and they worked out ways to do it, you'll see some people dancing together in masks. So this is Scoil, Rinc, Branwen. Thank you to the Scoil, Rinc, Branwen School of Irish Dance from here in Baldwinsville, and we're just so glad that people were able to get creative and figure out ways to dance during the pandemic shutdown. Our next thing, we're going to have a few more of the harps. We're going to start off with a young man who is not generally performed here in our library, but he is associated with the Gail Lyons Dance Ensemble, our Harp Ensemble, and he's got a huge number of harps. You will see in the background of his picture. What he has played for us, this first selection, is called Lord Galway's Lamentation. And once his beautiful slow piece is concluded, we'll have a contribution from a member who does perform with us most years. Her name is Colleen Nicholson, and she's doing two pieces, Brian Baru, of the Brian Baru March, and Morgan McGann.
everyone, I'm Colleen Nicholson, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm looking forward to playing 2 tunes for you today for this wonderful event. Thank you, Beeville Library, and all those who put this together. The first one will be Brian Boru's March, which is a retreat march. As you may well know, Brian Boru was the last High King of Ireland. And the second one is Morgan McGann. St. Patrick's Day. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
So thank you, Colleen, for that beautiful contribution from you and your husband with the pictures. That was quite enjoyable. Next, we're going to have a song from the Rinc and Sonas School of Dance, and this was actually recorded before COVID hit last year. And it's the Youngsters St. Patrick's Day Salute. So hope you enjoy that.
And once again, that was the Rinc and Sonas School of Dance with their St. Patrick's Day salute. And now we were going to have another contribution from the Scoil Rinc Branwen. I'm getting better at saying that name. And I don't know the name of this particular little bit, but I call it Taking Turns. Enjoy. All right, thank you once again to our little dancers, and, well, not so little in that case. Now we're going to have two more pieces from the harps, and the first piece is called the Derry Hornpipe. A hornpipe is a kind of dance that was often danced by sailors, and that one is performed by Sherry Jantis. And the second one is called Women of Ireland and was recorded by Jennifer Staples. So enjoy the Derry Hornpipe, followed by Women of Ireland.
Feskerma a Julia Dunya Kimera Hashiv is Misha Fiona Ver Nichtol agus Shaw Muchlarsach. And Joe Hamia Dol Chluch Manana Herin. Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and this is my harp. Today I'm going to be playing for you Women of Ireland. Tapalev Gajerev, agus Lachafel Padrig Sonagriv, agus Bianach Lev. Blessings to you on this St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for the beautiful harp music from us to all of the harpers. We really appreciate every year that you come down and play for us. And this year you put in an extra effort to record yourself so that we could all watch today. Our next example is some more dancing. This is the percussive treble reel from the Rinc Sonas dance troupe. And the percussive is because it's the hard shoe form of dancing. And it's a treble reel because it's 3 different tunes of reel. And a reel is a kind of dance which is usually done in sets. So if you've ever heard, there's the hornpipe, often done solo by sailors, and then there's the reel, which is often done in sets. So let's take a look at the percussive treble reel. Thank you, Christopher, for that beautiful, beautiful harp music. And now we have our special surprise. As you may know, most of the harpers and many of the dancers have connections over in Ireland. Many of the harpers have been there, and you've seen some of the pictures from that. But they also know people over there. One of them was talking to her friend, George Lee. And George Lee is from Limerick, Ireland, and he sent us over a video specially made for this event. So let's give a warm welcome to George Lee from Ireland.
Banachthín felle porrigas kunthe limni. A big hello to everyone attached to the Baldwinsville Library Annual Ceilidh, all the way from Limerick in Ireland. Like you, we've all had a very tough year, and we're looking forward to once again here in Ireland extending that Céad Míle Fáilte, or 100,000 welcomes, when it's safe for us all to get together again. You know, while here in Limerick we can't claim to own St. Patrick, we do know that he spent a lot of time here. We have places and towns and sports clubs called after him all across our beautiful county. And while the first ever St. Patrick's Day parade was held in Boston, it was a Limerick man, James O'Mara, who had the day declared a bank holiday. And in doing that, he gave us all a license to celebrate in style. While St. Patrick's Shamrock is our unofficial national emblem, the harp is the official state emblem. A mirror reflection of that emblem represents Guinness. And you know what? Today I raise that harp in toasting you all. Slánta Ceilidh.
Thank you, George. And although we can't have alcohol and therefore no Guinness in the library, slánta. And our next dance is a contribution from Rinc and the Sonas, once again, and it's three Ceilidh tunes that are dances that would have been performed at Ceilidhs, which are get-togethers in Ireland. If any of you in America are familiar with contra dancing, it's a little bit like that. You get together and you just dance the night away with usually live music. So, this is Rinc and the Sonas presenting three Ceilidh dances, and it will be followed by the Scoil Rinc Branwen with their soft shoe dance. So, slánta. So thank you to the Scoil Rinc Branwen School of Dance for being able to put together all of those different people and masks and dancing and be able to get them to me so that I could put them together into something hopefully that was beautiful. I found it beautiful. And now we're going to take you for some more beautiful music. This is more of the harp's music. First, we'll have the Rights of Man, played by Alexandra Corson. And then once again, the three harps, Rachel Radicello, Deet, and Marlene, playing Bonnie at Morn. Enjoy. Something that we often would have towards the end of the program was a dance by Rinc and the Sonas, with people of all ages joining together in a nice little Ceilidh dance. If you remember, it all spread out through the front of the room. Well, no, they're dancing in their studio, and they have the whole crew there. Once again, this was filmed just before the pandemic rules hit. It's going to be a lot of fun, a beautiful dance. It's the Walls of Limerick with a mixed age group of the Rinc Sonas dancers. And immediately following it will be a little treat. It's a harp piece with pictures and singing. And that one is called Gail Multa Bridget, which is a song to St. Bridget. Following that will be another harp tune called The Wild Irish Rose. And I know some people like to sing along with the lyrics. Feel free. The phrase, it won't fit exactly with all the words, but it fits with most of the words. Just sing whatever you feel like singing when you come to Wild Irish Rose.
Tell me who is she? And the food says it loves her and all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door and ring the bell. Oh, my true love, buy you well. Out she comes and walks the snow. Rings her fingers down the throat. Oh, January says she's nice. She doesn't get the fellow with the roving name. She loves still. When I go home, the boys want me to girls who's on. Hold my hair, so my comb. Well, that's alright, till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a love and I see. Oh, she comes from 1, 2, 3. Please would you tell me who is she?
Okay, are you ready for a little trip through time? If you imagine back last year, just before the shutdown, we had the library was still open. Many things were starting to close down. All of the St. Patrick's Day events had been canceled last year, except for the Baldwinsville Library Ceilidh. We thought we could do this safely if we had fewer people spread out, and all the refreshments were served by people wearing gloves and masks and handing things out with tongs so that there would be no transmission of germs through food. And we were able to do this just before the library shut down. This was the last event we had in person in the library before the shutdown, and we were shut down for 3 months. I was so glad we were able to do this. The kids from the Rinc and Sonas dance troupe had nowhere else that they could perform all the things they had practiced up for the St. Patrick's Day celebration. So I was very glad that we could do that. I did take a little bit of footage from that dance, so you will see some hard shoe dancing from the Rinc and Sonas dancers. Following that, if you fast forward through that year of nobody being able to get together to dance, nobody being able to get together inside, all the way up through fall and towards the holiday, Rinc and Sonas found a way to make some videos with some of their little dancers for the holidays. So you'll see some fun and silly and just getting back together, remembering how to dance videos from Rinc and Sonas for the Christmas season. Following that, we will close out with a little bit of history from Mary O'Reilly, and I'll tell you about that later. two more things. One is going to be a little bit of information about two of the songs played on the harp. So first, Mary O'Reilly playing Eleanor Plunkett and Carrickfergus, and she'll tell you more about Eleanor Plunkett and Carrickfergus. That will then be followed by Amy Huber playing the Isle of Innisfree. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I'll see you at the end of the program.
I would like to play two songs for you today, Eleanor Plunkett and Carrickfergus. Eleanor Plunkett was written by Turlough O'Carolan, who lived between the 1670s and the 1730s. And he often wrote songs about people he met along the way. Many of them sponsored him. But the song about Eleanor Plunkett is a sad song because she's one of the few members of her family left. The Plunketts owned ancestral lands in County Armagh, and they lost them to the Cromwellian invasion, and many of the people in her family were killed trying to get their lands back. The second song, Carrickfergus, is named for a town, a very ancient town, more than 1,000 years old, at the entrance to the harbor to Belfast. And it's a very old Irish tune with many different lyrics, but the lyrics I'm focusing on today are the ones that are written for an Irish person in the New World longing to go back to Carrickfergus, where many immigrants left Ireland from. And so both of these songs talk about loss. The Irish history is filled with loss. But the Irish spirit recognizes loss, sad as it is, as the opportunity for a new beginning. And I think the essence of that spirit is what we all need today during this pandemic, where we've lost our way of life as well as loved ones. So I would like to play now Eleanor Plunkett and Carrickfergus.
The Isle of Innisfree, an arrangement by Janet Whitman. Thank you.
Well, happy St. Patrick Day and happy Baldwinsville Library Celtic Ceilidh. I'm so glad you could come and watch us, and I'm so glad that all of the dancers and all of the players and all of our friends from Ireland and all these other places were able to contribute little items so that we could all enjoy Celtic Ceilidh together this year. I am just so happy that I work for the Baldwinsville Public Library, that we're able to do this kind of thing for you, and that our director, Meg Van Patten, was able to lead us through this very difficult year. I think we've done a great job of being as open as we can be, as helpful as we can be, and providing you with education, entertainment, and information. And hopefully a lot of fun along the way. Next year, I hope we'll be back in this room with our Irish decorations, with the whole room full of people, with our soda bread and our punch. And until next year, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.